Hello everyone, my name is Sajid, Business Science at Odoo. Welcome to this talk. I'm hoping you're enjoying the Odoo experience so far. So today I'm going to talk about a new feature in the POS system called the self-ordering feature. This allows the customers who go into a restaurant to actually have a more smarter way to dine, order food online, pay directly online as well, and actually have an enjoyable meal directly at the restaurant. We have another part of this as well, this talk as well, whereby people can also do a pickup, whereby they will simply make an order, but not basically eat at the restaurant at the table, but simply just pick it up, go home, and enjoy a nice meal as well, right? And yeah, just a question for you guys. I'm sure this has happened to maybe all of us. I'm sure by now all of us have gone to restaurants and have had waited for maybe 30 minutes and more simply because there was no free server available for you guys to actually, to listen to your order, and obviously caused long waiting times, sometimes even frustrated and leave the restaurant without having a meal. And that's the reason of this whole self-ordering feature. Okay. So I think before we jump into the demo, I'm sure that is always the more interesting feature, the more interesting part of any presentation. I'll just take you through one or two slides just to show you, or rather to highlight the importance of why this emerging trend is actually necessary in today's day and age. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, just a few slides, or rather just a couple of slides, adapting to new realities. The idea is that, for example, tech integration, one of the new realities in the real world today, and especially with Odoo 17. So tech integration, thanks to something like Odoo 17, allows you to connect via your smartphone, scan a QR code at the restaurant, and simply be able to order what you want, pay for it directly, and enjoy a nice meal. Okay, speed and convenience. Nobody likes to go to the restaurant, wait for so many minutes just so somebody can actually hear you out for your order, and make it a whole big deal. So the idea is to make it fast, make it more efficient for you to simply make your order directly on via just scanning the QR code. We have the personalization. Again, in today's day and age, everybody likes to eat healthy, everybody likes to eat clean. So with this, restaurant owners, or rather even people from the service industry, are allowed to, personalize your menu items. Have categories, have them segregated in the way you would want your customers to see, or rather the way you would want to go in a restaurant and have your meal. And finally, we have the evolving customer expectations. Nowadays, people don't just go to restaurants to enjoy a nice meal. They like to have a nice ambience, they like to have good vibes, and also it's not just about the menu, and it's not just about the food nowadays. You like to go out, have a nice time before you go home and go back to bed, right? Yeah, just on a lighter note, if you as a service if you being part of the service industry are not actually making use of these emerging trends, you're actually falling behind. And this is just to let you know that this is now more important than ever. If you have a restaurant, if you have anything service related, not just a restaurant, actually it could be anything, you are actually supposed to, or rather actually need to evolve into make sure that you live in the real world and keep up with the emerging trends such as the self-order feature. Okay. Alright, now I think we'll just directly jump into the demo, and I have two use cases for you today, hopefully if time allows us. The idea is that I'm going to simulate one process which will allow somebody to order at the table, make their payment, pay the cashier rather as well, and also just have their meal. Second use case will be somebody who will pick their items up, same way, but just simply the difference is picking the items up instead of dining in on the restaurant. So let's see how that looks in Odoo. Just give me 1 second, please. Okay, now due to not being able to I won't be able to show you this via the scanning of a QR code and all, but I'm more than happy to just stay back a little to be able to show you how that works one-on-one. Due to logistics and all, I can't present to you my phone on screen and all, so we'll just do it after the demo, yeah? So let's say that we are going to our orders, okay? And over here, as you can see, we have a nice menu. Okay, very simple, very straightforward, nothing very complex. The idea is that, as I was mentioning, the personalized menu. So we have all these menu items, the categories, okay? And somebody simply says they want to make an order for their, let's say, the cheese and the cheeseburger and chips. They will simply click on order. Okay, as you can see, there's nothing much over here. Once they click on order, they are told that this order is being prepared at the moment, and you can actually just wait for your order 405. Remember, we have not yet paid. The idea is somebody still has to make a payment at the cashier. But how does this work? Let's see what the people at the back end see now. Okay, so I'm going to go into the back end over here. Okay, we can see that this table is highlighted because there's an order based on that table directly. If I look at it, I see my cheeseburger and chips directly over here. The idea is I can make a payment directly, but I'm still waiting for somebody to finish their meal. Okay. On the other hand, the kitchen display. Okay, the kitchen display basically sees that somebody is able to. The kitchen display is like the waiters, the head chef, and all are seeing what order is in the queue. Idea is if. We are also trying to do away with receipts, physical receipts. Paper wastage and all. You get the gist, and basically making it as seamless as possible. Okay. Now, once the people in the kitchen see this, the idea is they will be able to move it from one stage to another. So at the moment, the chef, the waiter, whoever it is in the kitchen will see that they have this order to prepare. The idea is to move it from one stage to another. Okay, and finally it goes to complete. On the customer side, he will see his order 405 is actually ready to be picked up, or somebody to go and actually serve it to them on the table. Make sense? Right. Yes, sorry, one last thing. When you are the restaurant owner or the kitchen display, or rather the chef in the kitchen, you're supposed to actually click on the delete button to be able to simply remove the order from the customer's display, because as soon as that happens, this order will actually be then gone. So let's see very quickly, and you can see the order actually was picked up and it was not on the queue anymore. Okay. Okay, let's have a look at the second use case. If you just give me a minute, please. All right, now let's see how the pickup zone, or rather how the picking up of the order works. The idea is practically the same. The only difference is that somebody will actually place an order the same way we did, but instead of waiting at the table for a nice meal, they will actually pick it up and leave. Okay, so same concept over here as well. I go to my self order over here, go to my menu. This time maybe I'll pick something else, maybe my chicken fried rice. Okay. I can even add a lemonade maybe. Click on order. Now the difference that you see, I'm hoping everybody can see that, but the idea is that this time the customer has actually to pay first. They do not, Odoo does not allow you, basically Odoo is trying to make sure that we don't have troll orders, and as soon as you pay, that is what will prompt the kitchen to see your order. Okay, so the idea is we click on pay. Obviously at the moment I'm just using a demo payment Visa card or something. Okay, but obviously it's integrated with your payment terminals, your credit cards, debit cards, you know the gist. Click on pay. You get a small thank you over here to tell you what the order reference is, what the amount was, so on and so forth. I can continue, and you can see the same message that appeared before, only this time it's telling you that the order needs to be picked up at the counter once it's ready. Again, same concept. If I go to my kitchen display, I'm going to see I have one order to cook, which is the chicken fried rice and the lemonade as well. Now imagine there are two people who might be working on this. It's not just the one person. The chef maybe is preparing the chicken fried rice, the bar is preparing the lemonade. So what I showed you before was simply moving the item once and for all from one stage to another. But as soon as it's ready, we can still say it's maybe there was a mistake. We can click on the recall button over here. Obviously, right now it's not seen, it's not visible. But the idea is that we can also say that this is ready, but we're still waiting for the chicken fried rice to be taken to the table, maybe, or something. Okay, so that's the only difference. And finally, it says complete. Again, on the order status now, it will say the order is ready to be picked up, and somebody, or rather whoever prompted or rather opted for the pickup, can actually see their order on a screen, and they'll know that, okay, they need to pick up the order before they leave, obviously. Okay. Right. I have one final thing to show you guys, so if you would just give me one moment, please. Okay. Generally, we don't really go into our settings, but just for the sake of this, I just need to show you one interesting feature with the self-ordering. Okay. So imagine we are at the restaurant right now. Okay. We want to place an order, but we placed an order for our food, but maybe forgot our drink. Let's see how that would work. So if I go to my orders, or rather click on order now, okay, maybe just a quick refresh is needed here. I go into my cheeseburger, click on order. Okay, at the moment you can see it says order not pay, because we are allowing our customers who came into the restaurant to actually say that, okay, you may have ordered, but you can order something else still on the same order number. So you don't need to maybe go into another, you don't need to complete the order before you order whatever you need to. Okay, so the idea is we can still click on order over here. Your order number is 406, so that will be important, remember that. If I go to my kitchen display, I can see just a quick refresh. Sorry, my mistake. Sorry. So once the order was placed, or rather was ordered, the back-end office, the cashier, the restaurant, has to make sure that they see the order over here and click on the order now button. So this is what's going to prompt the order to move from, well, the cashier, or rather the order counter, to go into the kitchen. Once we click on order, and then when we go into our kitchen display, is when we'll see our cheeseburger to be prepared. Similarly, we can just move it from stage to stage. But like I said, maybe somebody forgot to order a drink, which we did. The idea is to click on order now. They can always scan the QR code once more, click on order now, and say, okay, maybe I forgot to order drink, so I'm just going to add a Coke Zero, order it, click on order, and you can see it's still going to the same order 406, because it's still the same person, still the same order as before. Okay. If I go into my kitchen display, I will just do one more refresh. Sorry, I keep forgetting this. Sorry. If I go into my kitchen, I'll see that the Coke Zero was recently added. Click on order. Now when I go back here, I will see my cheeseburger and chips with the Coke Zero. Obviously this still remains, but we can simply ignore it because we're not going to be using it anymore, and make sure that we use the updated order on screen. And similarly, move it from one stage to another. Finally, it's completed, and the order is ready to be picked up from this screen over here. Okay, well, it should work, but you get the gist. All right, I think that's all from my side over here. Yeah, I'm hoping there are any questions. Feel free, guys, to scan the QR code, and I'm sure we can answer certain questions.
Okay, thank you for this great talk. So we have a few questions.
Yeah.
Is it possible to analyze the orders in the dashboard? For example, how many of the individual menus were sold today?
Okay. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but let's have a look. Well, the idea is we have an order menu directly. We have all the orders directly in the order screen over here. We may need to add a status field somewhere, which allows you to say which is. Well, we rather also have the point of sale session, which tells you which is a restaurant and which is a pickup. Depends on how you frame your point of sales. So you could divide the two. You could say that one of them is actually the restaurant for just the dining, and one of them is just for the pickup, and that allows you to actually know which of those orders are in which of the point of sales. You know, I think that would be the easiest way to do it, according to me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we add different stages like kitchen or bar to move orders to? Similarly, can we have different kitchen displays, one for kitchen and a different one for bar?
Yes, we could have different kitchen displays. If I were to just go to my preparation display right here, I can have multiple displays by simply clicking on new. I can have multiple displays, and if I go into the three dots over here, click on configure, I can actually add a number of stages depending on what I want, or depending on whatever the restaurant owner would like, and they would be able to edit it in whatever way that they want. Yeah.
Okay. Can we have selectable filters like gluten-free or vegan? And also, how about order tags for table delivery, like at McDonald's?
I'm not particularly sure about that. I mean, we could have our categories, our POS categories linked to our point of sale, whereby we have multiple we have multiple categories that are linked to our products each. And when we go into the point of sale, for example, or rather when we go into the self order over here, we can have multiple categories that either highlight gluten-free, vegan, so on and so forth. I believe that would be the easiest way to actually categorize your foods based on however you want to categorize them.
Okay, good. In the first case you showed, we haven't seen the payment process. How can we ensure that this will be done properly and have an overview of what is paid and the outstanding orders? And is it anyhow trackable if someone makes an order and leaves the restaurant?
Yeah. So the idea is, once you are at the restaurant and made your order, you have to make a payment directly. So my apologies, we didn't go through that. But the idea is that meal has to be paid for as well before the order is actually placed to be seen in the kitchen. So the idea is the people who pay at the cashier have to make a payment prior to them leaving. I mean, that also makes sense in terms of a normal restaurant that you work in. Obviously, you can't just walk out without paying after having your meal. That's the whole point. So the payment can be made directly at the cashier, or the waiter brings you your bill and you actually make a payment directly to the waiter, or head up towards the counter and actually make your payment directly over there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is a suggestion, but I will leave that for reading.
Okay.
What can you see by clicking on my order button?
On my order button, you can actually see what your orders are at the moment. So you can see what orders are ongoing, which ones have been done. I mean, this screen will mostly show you what your orders are which are ongoing actually, not particularly things that have been done. But the idea is, when you go to your backend, like we did on this screen over here, you can see all your done, all your mostly your paid, your cancelled. As you can see, some of your paid orders, new orders as well. This is more of the backend office to maybe handle for you. Yeah.
There is one suggestion here. It would be great to also receive the orders from delivery services like Uber Eats and the kitchen display. Any plans to make a direct connection?
Not that I know of at the moment. This is Odoo standard. What you see on screen is simply Odoo standard. It's I don't believe there are any plans soon maybe to do an integration, but who knows? Maybe soon, maybe in the next version. Not sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's see.
Yeah.
Is there a delivery service connected to the POS to manage deliveries?
Deliveries. I mean, we could do one thing, but I'm not sure that that will work with the self-ordering feature. In Odoo, we normally have this concept of ideally making an order and paying for it as well, but the delivery happens later. Honestly, haven't tried it. Maybe we could try it out with whoever asked the question one-on-one after the presentation.
Okay. Can we separate on kitchen display orders that are for the bar and those that are for the kitchen?
Yes, we could do that, and again, that relies on your that relies on your kitchen display over here. So we can actually go into configuration, and under the product categories, so we can say that this kitchen display is specifically for, let's say, my food, and we can have another kitchen display which you can say is only going to be for my drinks. So one kitchen display will simply show you your food, your food, and another kitchen display can show you just the bar, the drinks, so on and so forth. So we can we can actually create multiple displays and link specific categories to those displays.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no more questions, so I will maybe read the suggestion that's over there. So in kitchen display, order in status completed, better to change the name from delete to picked up, because delete is a bit confusing. That's a feedback that we get from the audience.
Great, yeah. We'll take that up and see how we can incorporate that.
Oh, I see that there are still questions that are written. I don't know if you have time. 5 minutes, okay. Can selected products be sent to different stage in the kitchen? Different product.
Sorry.
Can different products be sent to different stage in the kitchen? I'm reading live, right?
Different products be sent to different stages in the kitchen.
I'm not
really.
Could you rephrase, please, your question? Can a customer cancel the order that he just made?
I wouldn't say they could cancel it at the moment. What they could do once they've maybe ordered something, they can simply do that. Maybe simply delete whatever they're trying to order. I don't believe there is a cancellation feature as of yet. But yeah, maybe something to take up as feedback, and we can look into. Yeah, don't think there's anything about the cancellation.
There is a question. So there is specification about desserts to pastry and meat to the grill.
Again, I think those really rely on. I think it's very important to understand the scope of what your restaurant offers. If it's desserts, if it's everything all under what a restaurant can offer, it's very important to make sure that you categorize your products and your food items in the correct way. Once you do that, you can see everything that you want to on this screen over here. That allows you to also make sure that it goes to multiple kitchen displays. It's not that you only have a limitation to, or rather you're restricted to only see everything under one display. The idea is that it goes to multiple. You can categorize it to go to multiple displays as long as your categories are set correctly. Yeah.
Okay. Can an order be split to different preparation stations?
Yes, I believe so. Again, same. I believe I'll answer the same way. As long as your categories are linked to your kitchen displays, and whatever number of kitchen displays you have, one order. Let's say if one order you have a drink and one order you have the wholesome food rather. One of the same order will be paid for, yes, but one of them will go to one display, one of them will go to the other display, depending on however you have categorized them on the display over here, on the preparation display over here.
Okay, I think we can stop now. So thank you for your presentation.